Some episodes may contain graphic content or sensitive topics, while all episodes will consistently feature offensive language and absurd speculations from two opinionated women on a spiritual journey just trying to figure shit out. Listener discretion is advised.
Today you're joining us for like a new segment, right?
New-ish. We did one already.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We did one 4-H
Okay.
club.
Let me dial it back. Welcome to our second episode of the 4-H Club.
Hexhaven headline highlight.
So we're just going to kind of talk about some things we noticed in the headlines, and, you know, since we're opinionated, we're going to tell you our opinions.
Yeah, where should we start?
Well, let's start with the lady that's on trial right now.
Lindsay Clancy?
Yeah, for killing her kids.
Okay.
So you had told me about it yesterday, and I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah.
And I am very sympathetic to someone that may be suffering psychosis during postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Because it is a real thing.
Right.
And you kind of said, like, I don't know, her husband's looking kind of suspicious. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But now I'm on board with you.
It's like as the trial goes on, it seems like they never even really just investigated him. She had already been hospitalized for postpartum. So, like, it kind of seems like they were just like, oh, yeah, just like took his word for it. Like,
right.
Yeah, she's crazy. She killed her kids. I mean, and I don't know. Like, obviously nobody else was in the house. Like,
but was there nobody else in the house?
That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, I seen something this morning, and there's things like he is caught on a store surveillance camera carrying her Apple Watch. Like, why would he have her Apple Watch? Because he wants it to track where it's at. You know, why else would he take her Apple Watch with him?
I think some of the speculation is that he was texting himself as Lindsay.
Sure.
From her Apple Watch, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
But you think that the Apple Watch would be able to tell it's in the same location as his phone.
If they actually investigated that, yes.
Right, yeah.
And that's really what the thing, because the other part of it is, especially with the digital, like, investigation, something that Lindsay Clancy's defense attorneys just recently brought to light is that some of the Google searches that were done on, like, suicide and ways to commit suicide and stuff like that, they were done from his computer.
Right.
And they were done during a time that Lindsay was at the hospital with her son.
Yeah.
For a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, you told me that yesterday, and I was like, well, maybe he was just Googling because he was concerned about his wife.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of looking like...
Or maybe he was Googling to figure out the best way to make it look like Lindsay killed herself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it looks like.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy. And then... the other thing is, like, he's already remarried.
Yeah, which I didn't realize until you just told me this morning.
Yeah, he's already remarried, and she's pregnant. They're expecting a child. The creepy thing is she looks exactly like Lindsay. Like, if you did, like, a split screen of their faces and meshed it together, it looks like the same person.
It does. It was eerie.
Yes.
To see that.
And then... I don't know if it came up in a trial or if it was like a true crime reporter that discovered this, but apparently they went on vacation somewhere and she wrote a review either about like a guide or something that an excursion they did or something. And she wrote like, this is our third year in a row coming.
Yeah.
And if that was their third year in a row, that means he was with her when he was with Lindsay.
The last year of their marriage would have been the first year they went to that place.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I think that her having mental illness, like, before all of this, I think really set the stage for the entire investigation.
Right.
Like, it's easier to believe that a woman went crazy from postpartum and killed her children than it is to believe that a man would annihilate his whole family.
Yeah, but there's that one guy that was a family annihilator.
Oh, no, it happens.
Chris
but
Fritz,
I'm saying for as far as, like,
is.
investigators.
Sure,
when they
They're
come
like, oh,
into
no,
a
it must be
situation.
her.
Yeah.
She's got postpartum. She's crazy. Mm-hmm. That poor husband just lost all of his kids.
Right.
But another interesting thing that was brought up was that Lindsay had said that when it was happening, she felt like she was watching herself do it.
Yeah, didn't she say, like, I didn't think I did it? But wasn't it like I didn't think that I did it, but it was like I was watching myself do it?
Yes.
It was something along those lines.
Yes. Which now makes me think, well, gosh, if she and the new wife look strikingly similar, what if she was drugged by her husband, or maybe just really medicated on the things she had already gotten?
Yeah.
And it was that woman that did it.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, like, and I brought this up, and I brought it up very much as, like, because you were like, well, so you think that he did it? And I was like, I don't know. But my thing was, we see battered wives all the time. And just from watching her in the trial, I mean, she is mentally ill, so I did try to take that into account, but she does kind of exhibit some behaviors of, like, a battered wife a little bit. She's, like, meek, quiet, you know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Which could be because she killed her children.
Right.
And she's
or
ashamed.
Could be because she's heavily medicated.
Right.
You know?
But what I was thinking is, like, imagine, let's just speculate wildly for a minute and say he did it, right?
Yeah.
So she wakes up in the hospital, paralyzed, and everyone already thinks she did it. Like, what is she going to do?
Right.
You do really think she's going to be like, no, it was him?
Right.
She thinks she's crazy. Everybody else already thinks she's crazy. Everybody already thinks you did it.
And if everybody's telling you did it, you're probably like, oh my God, I did that?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Which then, you think he threw her out the window?
I am saying that it is a possibility.
Sure. I mean, this is all speculation.
That a husband could have killed his children, pushed his wife out the window, thinking that she would die, and take the blame for the deaths of all three children.
Claimed it on like a murder-suicide, but then she didn't die.
And then he's free and clear to go start his new family.
And if she really is an abusive relationship, she's probably just thankful she's away from him.
Yeah.
You know, like, and even if she does remember, maybe she doesn't want to fucking say anything because she's scared.
She's scared.
And he has those creepy beady eyes.
He does have the beady eyes.
What is his name?
Warren Jeffs.
He has those same fucking creepy beady eyes that Warren Jeffs. I wouldn't doubt if he was part of that religion.
Right.
Because they're all so interbred with each other that that beady eyes has got to be genetic.
Beady eyes.
But yeah, and he's not a prize. Come on. And the new wife is a doctor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So she could have access to some medications that could cause hallucinations or drowsiness or...
Right. Well, and, you know, here's the thing. Let's go back to even a couple of days ago before we knew about all of this additional stuff with, like, the investigation, all the stuff being from his laptop, him having her Apple Watch. Let's go back. What was one of the first things I said was that if he knew that she was a threat to her children and he left her alone with them, he's still responsible.
Right.
If he didn't kill them himself, but he knew that there was a possibility of Lindsay doing it, he is still responsible.
Do you think they'd ever pursue that?
No.
I don't think they would either. I don't know. I'm just super interested about this because, I mean, if she's convicted, she'll definitely go to, like, a psychiatric facility. She won't go to a prison because she's paralyzed. They don't have the means to take care of her.
Which you brought that up. I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah. Yeah, they won't place her in a prison.
Right.
They don't have, like, the staff or the, you know, the specialties that she would need being paralyzed. So she'll definitely be in a facility. But I don't know. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with this.
Right.
If you could bet right now, Do you think she's going to be found guilty?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that she's going to jail.
Yeah.
Or maybe not to jail, but she is going to take the blame for everything, all that happened. Right. And, I mean, if she killed her children, she fucking should. Whether she was, like, having the postpartum psychosis or not, she deserves to see justice for it.
But did she kill her children?
If she didn't, I don't think we'll ever know. I think that will always be a speculation that we have.
Because I'm thinking the new wife may have done it.
Yeah. I just don't see investigators admitting to their mistakes and going back. If there was a mistrial, maybe. They might go back and do a more thorough investigation. But if there's not a mistrial and she's found guilty, that's the end of it.
Right.
Like, even if she's found not guilty by reason of insanity, it's the end of it.
So I wonder, though, what her defense is trying to claim. Are they saying it was a husband and it wasn't investigated? Or are they saying she was mentally insane?
What they are saying is, here's a little bit of doubt for the jury.
Yeah.
Maybe he did it, but clearly they didn't investigate.
Right. So they're planting these seeds of doubt.
Because if even one juror has a reasonable doubt, they cannot convict.
Right.
It just takes one.
Right.
And that's like, it's like a strategy. It's a defense strategy, you know?
If I was on that jury, I would be like, oh shit, I'm not 100% sure. At this point, I wouldn't be.
Absolutely.
I would
not, if I was on that jury, I would not be sure. Because that's the other thing is, I don't want to come out and say that he did it. You know? Like, it's a serious fucking accusation to make. And right now, but just the fact that there's a possibility that is a thought that has entered my mind now, I'm compromised as a juror.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
you're not getting a guilty
He has had a lot of suspicious behavior.
Yeah.
How do you disprove that?
Right.
Like,
and even like his testimony, something about him grates on my insides. I don't really know how to explain it.
He's a creep.
He seems extremely creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Which makes me think of Warren Jeffs, and maybe he was really manipulating her fucking mind.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the people that are still under, like, Warren Jeffs' ruling, and he's in fucking prison.
Well, and, I mean, anybody who is going through postpartum does not have a clear mind to begin with. And it just takes a little nudging sometimes to push them over that fucking edge.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'll be curious to see what happens with this. Like,
yeah. I think they've been in trial now for like 3 weeks.
Oh, has it been that long? Okay.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I didn't even want to look into the case because you killed your kids. I don't care about you.
Right.
Is like how I went about it. You know, but...
And you know, and we both talked about how it's been like 3 years or something since it's happened.
And I don't remember really hearing about it.
Yeah, and we were both like, oh, we don't remember hearing about it. But maybe we did, and we're just like, oh my God, another mom that killed her kids?
Yeah.
Like, but, yeah, there's too many things that are questionable with his actions.
Yeah.
That he's not completely innocent in it.
No.
Although maybe he may not have killed the kids, he contributed to it.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's very sad. I definitely will be thinking about their family.
Yeah.
You know, because regardless of what happened, those children are still gone.
Yeah.
So.
Was it 2 kids or 3 kids?
3.
3. That's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought. But yeah, it's awful. But I hope something happens where they find the truth and find some, like, you know, smoking bullet. Is that what the saying
like
is?
Like a smoking gun.
Smoking gun.
Yep.
That was so fucking close.
You were close.
Yeah, but the smoking gun that's like, he did it, and then she's not as insane, and then, you know, she can live her life. But I don't know that's going to happen.
So, and we talked about this a little bit too. I don't think even if she didn't kill her kids, that she will ever be out of psychiatric care. And that's just based off of me thinking about, like, my kids being gone. Like, if my kids died, I would be a mental disaster. If I thought I killed my kids, or I did kill my kids in psychosis, I'm gone forever.
Right.
Like, I'm never coming out of a psychiatric
Yeah, but
hospital.
if she was found not guilty, maybe that could start, like, a healing process.
I don't think
her.
so.
No?
For me, it wouldn't.
Right.
It wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to come back from it. But obviously that doesn't mean that nobody could.
Right, sure.
But
yeah.
I just think she is going to need a lot of help for the rest of her life either way.
Absolutely. She's paralyzed.
Yeah.
She's going to need someone.
I mean, like, mentally, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she's going to need physical help and mental help.
For sure.
For the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's crazy shit. Crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys think if you've been following the trial.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? And if you were on that jury, honestly, like, what would you be in your mind right now? Would you be able to say without a reasonable doubt that she is guilty?
Yeah, and if you hear any more shit about the new wife, tell us.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to know a little bit more about her.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't know about her before now.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that he was remarried.
Right.
Craziness.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard about it, Perez Hilton kind of had a mental break. From the sounds of things, he got sick, like, earlier in the year, ended up with sepsis. And it sounds like ever since he had sepsis, he's been kind of slowly going down a path of psychosis. I know that he did get uber religious after getting the sepsis.
Of course.
And then everything kind of came to a head when he streamed a horrifying TikTok live of himself cutting himself.
Yeah. Did you see it?
I did not. I will not watch it. I will not share it. I saw an image and it made me feel sick to my stomach. And it pissed me off that people are sharing that shit.
Well, and I agree with that. And I unintentionally watched it because I clicked to expand the article to read more about it.
Yeah.
And it opened.
That is
And I was
disgusting.
like, oh my, it was horrifying. This is another thing that should be reviewed within social media. Why was that allowed to be out there?
Yeah, I think TikTok had it up for about 30 minutes. From what I hear, even at the end of the video, he's saying the police are here. Like, so from the minute he started until the police got to him, he was live streaming. People on TikTok were reporting it, mass reporting it, and it still took 30 minutes for it to be removed. Now, sometimes I will post a meme that has a swear word in it, and it will be immediately removed.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
How did that
monitored?
slip by for so long?
Right.
With the people reporting it. Like,
right.
And
were they reporting it to TikTok or reporting it to the police?
Both.
Okay.
So somebody did call the police. He was calling people in, like calling people and having them like split in.
While he was cutting himself?
While he was cutting himself.
So he's calling his, like, friends and family?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't know that. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thankfully, they did get him help. He was taken under psychiatric hold. I don't know his status as of now, but I hope he gets some fucking help.
I hope so, too. And if anybody doesn't know who he is, he was, like, the original influencer.
I always call him the first gay influencer.
Yeah.
Like, he was on MTV.
Mm-hmm. He was before there was TMZ.
Okay.
So before TMZ existed, you got your gossip and celebrity information from Perez Hilton.
Right. And he's a very controversial person, like, because he bashes the fuck out of people.
Oh, yeah.
And especially back in the day, it was women, you know?
Was it?
It was women. He would talk about their bodies or crazy things that they did. Like, there's a lot of people who have beef, like famous people.
Oh, I know.
Who have
He's
beef
not a
with
very
him.
liked person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless of his
he has made
flaws,
a profit off of people's
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He has.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he absolutely does not deserve what is happening in his mind right now.
No one does. No. I thought he was married. Is he married?
I'm not sure.
I thought maybe he was married and had kids.
I think I did hear that he has kids.
Yeah, I thought so too. He has 3 kids.
Okay.
It says, although Hilton's family consists of 3 kids, it appears he is single and not married.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Those poor kids.
Right.
You know?
But when I heard about the Perez Hilton stuff, it really put me in, like, a spiral as far as, like, psychosis and, you know, why so many people who are experiencing psychosis think they are having a spiritual awakening. And I just want to point out to all the listeners out there, if you are actually hearing a voice or actually seeing something, that is not any God or higher power speaking to you.
Right.
Seek medical help.
Right.
Messages don't come through like that. Okay? Regardless of what religious path you follow. They do not come through like that. That is a mental health episode. But it's so interesting to me how so many people mistake psychosis for a religious experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty terrifying.
It is absolutely terrifying. Yeah. I hope he gets the help he needs and his kids are, you know, happy and safe. And
mm-hmm.
It's
for
crazy.
Sure. All right, so we're going to talk about the Dr. Daff show. 1 New Age spiritualist versus 20 Christians. Mm-hmm. So the one spiritualist, her name is Jazmin. Her Facebook page is Jazmin's Garden 23. So she went up and faced off against these Christians, and she says a prompt, and then it's usually like 4 people will stand up if they have like something
like
to
a
say.
Rebuttal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. It was very interesting. She's extremely well-spoken, extremely knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. It was over an hour.
Over an hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I listened to it at work, and I was like, damn, she is, like, really well-spoken.
Yeah. It was interesting to me that, like, they kept trying to approach her with their beliefs behind it. And her response frequently was, like, but I don't believe that. Like, you believe that, and that's great. But,
right.
like, I don't. So it doesn't fit into my framework. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
But they just kept trying to dial it back into, like, but the Bible says, and she's like, but I don't believe in the Bible.
Yeah, that's what she would say, like, your Bible.
Yeah,
like,
your Bible says that.
This. Yeah.
Your faith requires this. Mine does not, you know?
Mm-hmm. So there was one chick that said, well, you can't just say something is true because you believe in it. It has to have factual base. And Jazmin is like, well, I could say the exact same thing about Christianity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't say for a fact heaven exists because it would require you to die first in order to have proof without a doubt.
Yeah.
It floored me, that argument. I was like, oh, I mean, like, she's right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like, that's the thing that always gets me about Christianity is the belief in Christianity is that this is the way. This is the only way. Mm-hmm. Any other way is sinful. Right. Like, and that's why they go out and they do, like, the missions and stuff, and they have to recruit people. Sure. Because that's what the Bible tells them that they have to do. Mm-hmm. But so they just take everything that is taught, and that is all there is for them. It's maybe not the only religion that thinks like that, but it is one that's, like, pretty mainstream and, like, in our faces all the time. Right. And I find it interesting. Yeah. How they can think that their hypotheticals are the real answers and all these other ones can't possibly. Right. Like, be factored in. Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Yeah. I thought it was wild. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it was good. It was interesting. I encourage anyone listening to listen to it because
for sure
she is, and her father was like a pastor or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she came from Christianity.
So she knows her way around the Bible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She knows what she's talking about when she's defending her choice of spirituality. Yep. So right. It was really good. It was really interesting too.
Right. Something else that did kind of stick out is you could tell that there was quite a few of those members who were, like, affronted that she used the Christian God in her practice. Yeah. And that, like, Christianity was a base for her belief system still. Because, like, she says, like, she calls herself a Christian, but she's not, like, what most people think of when they think of Christians, you know? And she doesn't believe that you have to live by the Bible. She believes that the Bible is a set of stories that were made by man, possibly with good intentions for the most part.
Right.
You know, to kind of push, like, morals and ethics. But it's like a guide. It's not like, you must do this.
Right.
Or you're fucked, you know?
Right.
But you could tell they were, like, pissed off that she, almost like they felt she was appropriating their religion.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which I found really interesting.
Yeah.
Thought God was for everybody.
Exactly. But everybody's religion has a different take on the Bible.
That's the other thing. It's
read differently depending on what religion you are.
Right.
You know?
You know, and so I watched a couple other ones where it was like, I watched one that was one Christian versus 20 New Age. I've watched atheists versus Christians, like a bunch of them.
Speaking of people's versions of Bibles, what about that guy that was piecing together parts that were missing?
Oh, Joe Felz.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's another headline that's crazy.
It is. So Joe Felz was like a van life influencer. He's like he does like some archaeology stuff, like some digs.
That's right. He found that artifact.
Yeah, that thing is interesting for sure. I want to know more about that.
Like, where is it now?
Where is it now, and where was it found? And the video that's on his YouTube channel about that statue is weird. It's like an AI translation to English. Many parts of it, mostly when they're talking about how the thing works and free energy. You can't hear shit, which I found interesting.
Is he American or?
Yeah, he's American.
So he recorded a YouTube in English, and then it got converted to Spanish?
Nope. He was speaking Spanish with the guy.
Okay, so he is fluent in Spanish.
Yes.
Then. Okay.
And so they were speaking in Spanish, and then on YouTube it was auto-translated to English.
Okay.
Like, for people who live in America, or who have English.
And the translation is just the words at the bottom.
No.
It's like voiceover?
It's voiced over.
Oh, okay.
And
okay, that's interesting.
Many parts are just no sound. And I went and looked at the comments, and I want to find someone who speaks Spanish to translate it for me, because you can change your YouTube so that it does Spanish and then it won't do the voiceover.
Yeah.
But what I did hear is that even the English subtitles will not display what they're saying during those specific points.
Really?
Which I found interesting.
You think that someone that knows Spanish...
For sure, that's what I'm going to find, somebody who
would have said by now, like, well, I watched it and this is what they said.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they're afraid to speak up what they heard.
I don't think that people have really gotten that far. But I'm going to, because I know people who speak Spanish.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to try it and see, because if that information from that comment is incorrect, then this dude's a fake. Like that.
Right.
At least that statue part.
Right.
Is a fake. Someone else brought up that it did kind of look like a Makita drill battery, which it does. Like someone painted it. Right. It does, I'll say. But I don't know. I am obviously extremely interested in the whole, like, free, quote unquote, free energy.
Right. I think it's interesting, though, how you can see something a certain way, and then it just takes one person to tell you to look at it differently, and now that's all you can see.
Yes.
Right?
Speaking of which, okay, so, and I don't think we said this at the beginning, like, explained this, but Joe Felz, he also had a bunch of old books, religious texts that he was going to upload into a library. He made sure that his followers knew that he was not suicidal. He specifically told them, if I commit suicide, you need to be asking questions. Yep. Do not let it lie. Like, right. Ask all the questions, get in everybody's face, and figure out what the fuck they did. So he killed himself, is how he passed away. Right. And it does have the internet up in a storm. And, you know, I very much was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. So I did look into him a little bit the other night. So I came across this video the other night, and I did watch the whole thing, and it did change my mind on some things.
Okay.
So this is a video made by Izzy. Izzy is his YouTube name. The video is called Meet the Freemason Who Tricked TikTok. The word Freemason did get me. There's a lot of shit about the Freemasons. That's something I probably will cover at one point. I don't know, man. But, so in this episode...
You know that's still a real, group of people.
Yes. And, let's talk about it, okay? So, some of these religious texts that he was going to upload was Freemason, internal, secret text. He also had a bunch of really old Bibles. I mean, there's 100,000 different versions of the Bible, which I guess I never really realized. But again, they go all the way back to the end of fucking time, you know? And they're changed. They add different illustrations to different ones, all kinds of shit. Depending on where you lived in the world, the Bible might be different.
Right, for sure.
So...
we talked about, through translations, when you're translating it through different languages, you're losing some of the text anyway.
Yes,
yeah.
And so there was a lot of speculation because he died shortly before, his library was going to go live. But I watched this video. He went through every single one of Joe Felz' video where he's showing the text. They're all available online already. And it's not like they were, AI digitized, scanned pictures of the pages.
Okay.
So every single book that he was going to be uploading, this guy, Izzy, found the digitized versions, and linked them in his video. I have the list. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. So it's out there.
They're all out there.
Okay.
And so what he did is he compiled them all because he's as much, whatever I feel about Joe Felz, this was something he felt strongly about. I wanted to finish it for him. So he compiled them all into a free library that you can go and access. But when he first told me that, I was like, okay, but having the physical version, you might find something different from the digitized version. So I am still curious about that part of it.
Right.
But I did find it interesting that every single text that Joe showed that he was going to upload, he was able to find. Izzy was able to find online already. So...
Online through other sources?
Through other sources.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's digital libraries all over the fucking world.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. So then the things that Joe had weren't necessarily top secret.
They weren't top secret. And even what he found is
psychosis.
Even the Freemason stuff was available online.
Right.
So there was nothing that Izzy could find that was new texts that were ancient secret texts. I did find that interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing is, he speaks about Joe as a Freemason, right? Mm-hmm. And there was some evidence to point to it. And I'm not saying that means he's some kind of bad person. I don't know enough about the Freemasons. I think there's a lot of demonizing of Freemasonry that was done by the Catholic Church, by Christianity, but there was some stuff so apparently one of the key indicators of Freemason leadership is a feather. And Joe wears a feather in his hat. Joe also has the two pillars that are the pillars of Freemasonry tattooed on his back. So Izzy is claiming that Joe was actually just a Freemason. And that's where he got some of these books. And that...
But what was he... If that's the case, what was he hoping to gain?
So there's a video that Joe did post where he's talking about Freemasonry in a way that does make me believe he was a part of that group, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because he just knows a lot of it, off the cusp, and that's fine and everything, but, it kind of, for me, added an extra layer of mystery because they're a secret society, so if he was going to go public with some of their secrets, that's another avenue that maybe led to his death.
Right. When I worked on the Navy base, there was a security guard. One of our, not a security guard, one of our loss prevention guys. He was like retired military, and then this is what he did, now that he was retired. But he would, often work the night shift. He would have to go around and make sure all the doors were closed and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I noticed he had on the Freemason pin. And I'm like, what is that? Is that a Freemason pin? He was like, you know what that is? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you have that? And he's like, well, why do you think I have it? And I was like, oh. And I'm like, so you're a Freemason? He's like, well, I can't really tell you that. And I was like, well, then why wear the fucking pin? But
for the mystery.
Yeah.
For the mystery.
And I was like, okay, so you're not going to... He's like, nope. So...
It's interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Because what I know of the Freemasons is that they were supposed to be... Some of them were Catholic, some of them were Christian. They all believed in God. Mm-hmm. But they also believed in things like alchemy. That was something else that Izzy said, is that Joe, he thinks, is an alchemist.
Yeah. I
found that interesting as well. But they're, like, demonized. People fucking hate them.
Yeah.
Still. And, like, I have never really seen... I mean, I haven't done extensive research on the Freemasons, but I've never really seen anything that, like, indicates that they're, like, some kind of demonic...
No.
Like, horrible group of people. No.
And it is really, like, the oldest and largest fraternity, really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
It's all men.
Right.
I've watched things about the Freemasons, like History Channel documentaries and stuff like that, but I don't remember that much about it.
I know they have a whole initiation process.
So, Freemasonry is a moral and social club, not a church.
Right. So that's what I knew about them, because they were brought up a lot back in, like, the 1700s with, like, Scotland and the British, like, there was the Protestant versus the Catholics, and a lot of people joined up to be Freemasons because regardless of their religious belief, they just wanted peace. And they felt like taking the religious groups out of it was the best way to get there.
Okay. So members must state a belief in a supreme being, but they can belong to any major religion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that guy had the pin on, and I'm like, but you don't want to talk about it? But you're wearing a pin.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like the, like, Skull and Bones Society thing. Like, yeah. And I guess it does make sense that they're, like, thought of in a bad light in that aspect, because people think that the Skull and Bones crew, like, is responsible for, like, New World Order.
Right.
Which,
right.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, a secret, skull and bones in general.
No, I'm talking about, like,
No, I'm saying, like, a symbol of skull and bones in general has, like, a negative thing, or means death or something.
But it's like the richest people. It's like George W. Bush and, like, those dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they come from, like, Harvard and Yale. And
isn't there a documentary about that?
Yes, there's a lot of documentaries.
Yes,
because it is politically powerful and rich people.
Yes, that are only part of this elite.
Yes,
yeah. There is a documentary about it. Mm-hmm. I know, like a recent one.
Yeah,
like within the past couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's wild. Oh my god.
So I mean, I guess in that aspect, it does make sense. Like, we're only human. When things are secret, we're gonna speculate,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I did find the stuff about Joe interesting. I do not know enough about the story. I don't know enough about his work before. I didn't know about him before he died, Mm-hmm. But I do want to go back and, for myself, watch a lot of his videos. Because, A, he's got videos on, like, do-it-yourself solar.
Right.
Like, I want to know about that shit.
Right.
I can't decide if I'm more interested in, like, the religious text aspect of Joe or the Freemason aspect of Joe, possible Freemason aspect of Joe, or the free energy aspect. Like, So I'm going to go back. I'm going to do more research. I'm going to look into him more. There are theories out there that, like, he was suicided by our government. There are theories that his girlfriend was his handler. I don't know anything
like
about her.
Handler in the sense like he was in witness protection or
No,
something?
handler in the sense that he was being watched. And when he got too close...
So she was like...
she reported him and they took him out.
So she pretended to be his girlfriend to get insider information? Like she was a spy?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Is what people are claiming.
Okay. Interesting.
I am not claiming that. I don't know anything about her.
Right.
If she just lost her boyfriend to suicide, I feel awful for her.
Absolutely.
Like, but that is something that people are claiming. And I think it may be just because she came out and said he committed suicide.
Right.
So, I don't know. But
it doesn't help that he says he would never do it.
That's
and
the
then
thing.
all of a sudden, that's the way he dies. Unless he was suicidal and he wanted to create a lot of speculation. Maybe
that's kind of what the Izzy guy was getting at.
Yeah.
Is like, this dude was a Freemason who wanted to cause chaos.
Right. So why not plant the seed that you'd never do anything like that and then indeed do it?
Right.
Because then your name is in the headlines and it's causing chaos and there's conspiracy theories.
Right. And if you're suicidal already, what the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's interesting.
It's crazy. It's so crazy how social media works, man. Because it worked. If the intent was to create chaos, it fucking worked.
Right.
Like, everybody knows him now.
Right.
Everybody's talking about him.
I didn't even know who he was until I saw a different creator's video about him.
Me too.
Yeah. And at first I thought he was another scientist.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, another scientist? But
I've seen him lumped in with that group of scientists.
Right.
Like,
right.
And it's because of the renewable energy aspect, like, which we've seen it 100 times. We talked about at least 5 cases in the killer patents thing where they were like, oh, you did uncover something. I'm taking it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those people died in the process. Like,
right. It's crazy. I never thought of myself as like a conspiracy theorist or anything. But then you see stuff like this.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, like, I did question things, but I
think 9/11 was an inside job.
I don't know. So there's, like, I do question things, but I've never really been like your level of conspiracy.
I can go down a rabbit hole forever.
And it makes me think, though, like, there's something, I don't know. I mean,
there's a little truth to every conspiracy, is basically how I feel about it.
Right.
Like, things definitely get dramatized and exaggerated, and there's a lot of, like, flooding the zone is a real thing. And sometimes creating scenarios like this one is just enough to keep people distracted, looking over here.
Right.
While they do something over there.
Well, we see that in politics all the time.
Right.
I mean, think of all the times Donald Trump, they were questioning him about something or accusing him of something, and then all of a sudden something distracted us.
It's the radical left that's just distracting you and making you hate me.
Yeah. And
they're just communists.
It's fucking so stupid. I think it's interesting, too, how we have, I think, seen more people in the headlines suffering from psychosis. Mm-hmm. So I think that's interesting, too.
Yeah. Well, psychosis is terrifying because it can come from nowhere. Mm-hmm. There's so many different ways that you can end up in psychosis.
Right.
It's scary because it's like, how do you know? If you're headed down that path, how the fuck do you know?
If you are now newly religious, you may think like, oh my God, all this time, all these Christians were hearing his voice. Like, you might think it's normal to hear a voice and not realize that indeed it is not normal.
Right.
People that say that they can hear God are lying.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure. Well, it's real interesting. It goes back to, again, like, our brains are really something fucking powerful, man. Like,
right.
what if, like, you know how our brain can, like, block memories that are too traumatic for us, that they think are too traumatic for us to handle?
Right. Mm-hmm.
What if that's our brain's defense against things like psychosis?
Gosh, crazy, crazy headlines.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you think. Like, do you think he was in psychosis and committed suicide, or
do you think he was murdered?
Do you think he was murdered by his girlfriend?
Do you think
the government?
I want to know what you guys think about this free energy thing. If anybody has watched that video, and if anybody knows somebody who can, like, give you an actual translation of the Spanish version, and you've already done that, let us know what it says.
Yeah, we'd be very curious to know.
Yeah, check out Joe Felz' YouTube channel. I guess he had a TikTok account. I don't know if it's still active, but he's all over TikTok too. And then I will link this Izzy video in the comments in case you're interested in the Freemason claims, because he claims that Joe was like a magician, and that's what this was his last act, pretty much, sowing seeds of chaos.
So you think then the artifact thing is definitely a hoax then?
I am not claiming that, but I would like to know more about that artifact.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's funny.
I'm way more interested. Yeah, I'm way more interested in the artifact now.
Yeah.
Than, so. Yeah, let us know. Yeah. What do you guys think?
All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you guys down the next 4-H club. Original theme music for Hexhaven Podcast has been written, recorded, and produced by Matt Shook.